Hey, we're bringing you front row coverage this morning. Don't miss the excitement of their historic ticker tape parade. It's coming to you live right here on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
The News Watch never stops. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning. We're at 63 degrees at 7:40 on this Thursday, October 24th. I'm Scott Stanford. Here's what's happening. Canyon of Heroes going to be jamming today as we get a ticker tape parade right through the city.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
New Yorkers celebrating the Liberty's WNBA championship. We've got team coverage. Donald Trump goes on Truth Social to say General John Kelly is, quote, a lowlife after Kelly's interview with The Atlantic. And Kamala Harris on CNN with Anderson Cooper.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
A 16-year-old boy shot dead in Harlem overnight as police are on the hunt for the two suspects who made off on a scooter. Smithtown School District on Long Island spending over $65,000 on cell phone patches to keep the kids' phones locked up for the day. Administrators say it's worth it. Want to hang out with Beetlejuice in his mansion? Well, now you can thanks to Airbnb. Hillsborough, New Jersey is where you're going to need to go. AccuWeather, mostly sunny today, high around 68 degrees. Wins News Time, 7:41. Traffic and transit back out to the roads. What do you see, Karen Stewart?
We are a mess in the Bronx right now on the New England Thruway. Southbound NET at exit 14 for the Hutch. We've got an accident. The left and centers are closed. We are bumper to bumper on the southbound New England Thruway into the Hutch right now. The alternate itself is the Hutchinson River Parkway. Then we've got the eastbound Cross Bronx near 3rd Avenue with an accident. We've got the right lane blocked. They're going to move this thing over to the shoulder very soon, but we've got bumper to bumper traffic because of it. Back to New Jersey, where we've got an inbound GW Bridge upper level wait of an hour. The lower level is 45 minutes. The Lincoln's a half hour, and the Holland Tunnel has got a 50-minute delay. It's been a tough morning on Long Island. As far as Northern Boulevard goes, nothing's changed. Westbound, we're still all closed up at Glen Cove Road. We got an accident there. Use the LIE instead. The LIE is busy into Glen Cove Road as well, but it usually is this time of the morning. Delays start back at 40. And the Northern State accident at Glen Cove Road has been cleared away, but we still have the other one, accident at exit 26 for New Hyde Park Road. Alternate side parking is suspended for today. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
28 years in the making. The New York Liberty are WNBA champions.
Yes, indeed. The winner does take it all. And the winner gets a parade down the Canyon of Heroes in New York City. New York Liberty, the champions of the WNBA. Big ticker tape parade today. It all kicks off at Battery Park this morning around 10 a.m. That's where Glenn Schuck is this morning. Glenn, in, I'd say about 3 hours from now, maybe. No, 2 hours, Glenn. 2 hours, that joint's going to be jumping.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, we're seeing a lot more activity here, Scott. I'm being told that these floats, is going to be 6 of them, along with 4 double-decker buses to carry the team and their families and friends and other officials here, will be along West Street by around 9. So we're anticipating that, a lot of buildup. You talk about the toast of the town, right? The players were on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. They've rang the bell in the stock exchange. Now they go up the famous Canyon of Heroes. How many people can say they actually went up the Canyon of Heroes in a parade? Not many. Certainly an exclusive event to the great city of New York. So again, 9 o'clock is when you expect all those players and the floats to start gathering here, then moving from where I am at Battery Park. Now, if you're still coming out, we want to stress a couple things. No ticket is required if you want to line up on Broadway here from Battery Place all the way up to Chambers, and there's no cost, but you do need a ticket to get into the City Hall ceremony that'll be happening later this morning. The mayor and the governor will be hosting that. And I've actually already seen, Scott, members of the sanitation department here. We always give them a shout out. They're going to be picking up probably about 3,000 pounds of paper later. Maybe I'll even help them out. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM, live here in Battery Park.
All right, thank you, Glenn. Wins News Time, 7:44. It's one of the biggest insurance scams going, a staged car crash. And if you're the target, it's almost impossible to avoid. And it sounds like it may have happened recently on the Belt Parkway.
It's not new, but it is happening more often. People staging car crashes to make it look like you caused it to get an insurance payout.
We saw increases in New York year over year, 14%, New Jersey, 58%.
Mark Friedlander with the insurance information.
And this is why I drive Look at that, passing the red light. And this is why I drive with a dash cam every single second. I'm never on the road without a dash cam.
Ashpia Natasha's dash cam was on when she was cut off on the Belt Parkway. The car stopped and then backed up into her. She spoke about it on TikTok.
As soon as I went to go check on the car, I turned around and they basically got in their car and left.
These types of crashes result in everyone's insurance going up. Mac Rosenberg, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Well, officials from McDonald's working yesterday to reassure customers that its restaurants are safe as federal investigators try to pinpoint the cause of the deadly E. coli outbreak.
Sliced onions and quarter pounders have been identified as the possible culprit, and now Taylor Farms of California is recalling its onions. It's unclear if Taylor Farms supplied the onions in question, but the company is a supplier to the fast food chain. Other restaurants are now pulling the onions from their menus, including Illegal Pete's, a Colorado-based burrito chain.
That's correspondent Andrew Dimbert. One person died, 49 others got sick across 10 states. McDonald's pulling quarter pounders from a fifth of its U.S. stores. A 16-year-old boy is dead in Harlem this morning. Police say Clarence Jones was shot in the chest just after 1:30 a.m. Jones was on West 124th Street and Lenox Avenue when the shots rang out. NYPD says the two suspects took off on one of those Razor scooters. Well, police are on the hunt for those two right now. WINS News Time, 746. Well, campaign 2024 rolls on. 12 days to go before the election. Wall Street Journal reporting Donald Trump with a narrow lead in the polls over Kamala Harris. The vice president doing a town hall on CNN last night. And in light of yesterday's report about former Trump chief of staff John Kelly saying Trump meets the definition of a fascist, Anderson Cooper asked Kamala Harris the question.
You quoted General Milley calling Donald Trump a fascist. You yourself have not used that word to describe him. Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I also believe that the people who know him best on this subject should be trusted.
Donald Trump on his Truth Social saying Kelly made up the story and wrote John Kelly is, quote, a lowlife and a bad general whose advice in the White House I no longer sought, and told him to move on. Mr. Trump in Duluth, Georgia last night rallying up his supporters, urging everyone to get out and vote.
With your help, 13 days from now, we're going to win Georgia. We're going to defeat Kamala Harris, and we are going to make America great again.
Trump hits Arizona and Vegas today. Harris going to Atlanta for a rally with former President Obama and Bruce Springsteen. A state assembly candidate in upstate New York caught on camera. What was he doing? Well, Joseph Mastriani was caught removing a political mailer from one home's mailbox and then stuffing his own flyer into the box. Those ring cams will get you every time, my friend. The video from last week, you can hear Mastriani saying bad, 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 while a young woman giggles behind him. Mastriani, a Republican member of the Rotterdam Town Board, he's challenging sixth-term Assemblyman Angelo Santa Barbara in the 111th District, which covers Schenectady and Montgomery counties. As the White House revealed yesterday that North Korean troops are on the ground in Russia, ready to deploy on the Ukrainian front, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin says this may be showing that Vladimir Putin is in more trouble than people think.
Video circulating online appears to show the North Koreans at a Russian training site.
If their intention is to participate in this war on Russia's behalf, that is a very, very serious issue.
The White House revealing today that it was early to mid-October when the North Korean soldiers traveled by ship from Wonsan, North Korea to Vladivostok, Russia, and then spread to multiple Russian military sites.
That's correspondent Martha Raddatz. WINS News Time 749. It's the green light to get more red lights. The city now going to be able to quadruple the number of red light cameras. So Governor Hochul will be going from how many to how many?
Going from 150 to 600. That is transformational. Think about it. That's 450 more intersections where drivers are less likely to run a red light, less likely to hit a pedestrian, run into another car. Safer commutes for our kids.
The governor pointing to the data showing violations at intersections that have the red light cameras fell 73% since those cams were installed 30 years ago. WINS News Time 750.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on my commute to work as we listen to today's snippet of the news, and we're doing it to document history. Have a good day. We'll see you on the next episode.